So I just had somebody give me the best compliment in the history of my whole life. And she said, "You showed me how to walk in the Spirit. And I have to protect my people, I have to protect my people." But anyway, that compliment, I have to ask her later today what she means. But just that fact that compliment, let me tell you why that's such a great compliment. That's the greatest compliment I ever had anybody give me my whole life. Let me tell you why that's so important. If you understand walking in the Spirit, you can actually love your enemy. Doesn't mean you let them run all over you. Doesn't mean you let them stab you or cut you or do you in. You still have boundaries. But you can actually love your enemy. Now think about it. Cain killed Abel. Abel loved his brother. We're pretty sure about that. And Cain probably loved his brother, but he got the spirit of envy got in him so bad, jealousy, envy, or whatever, he just all of a sudden killed him. He probably loved his brother. He just lost his cool, And so if you learn to walk in the Spirit, even if something stirs up in you, you're angry, you're mad, you want to say something you shouldn't say or whatever, and you die. When you catch yourself in that, and nobody's perfect, we all mess up, but when you catch yourself, those thoughts that are not in line, you just say to yourself, or you might say, "Lord, help me to die." When you first learn about walking in the Spirit, it's not rule-based living, because you might get mad. Let's say you're going down the highway, and somebody cuts you off, and you shoot them the finger. Okay, so you didn't walk in the Spirit at that moment, but you can say, "Lord," you can just say, "That's not who I am. I don't shoot people the finger. That's not my position in Christ. That's not who I am. Lord, forgive me." And you don't put yourself under guilt, shame, condemnation, right? So a lot of the time, whether it's a bad habit or something, the devil and the devil system and our old flesh mind our old flesh mind is under law. We think we have to be perfect to be good enough, perfect, whatever. Walking in the Spirit is not about being perfect. Walking in the Spirit is you look at your neighbor and you say, I don't have to be mad at them, even if they yell at me or whatever, because everybody has a bad moment. Everybody has and maybe they're really bad. Maybe they're like on the Jerry Springer show in real life. They're just not there yet. And so somebody told me that a long time ago. If you can understand that, it took me a while. When she told me that a long time ago, about 5 or 6 years ago, maybe more than that, maybe 8 years ago. They're just not there yet. And I thought about it for many months. And I said, "Oh, we've all been there. Maybe not to that extreme, but maybe to an extreme, maybe worse than them, but maybe not as bad. But irregardless, it's the growth process." So what is walking in the Spirit? Dying daily. Somebody calls you a name. They might have been having a bad day. So their parents might have been killed in a car wreck or something, or they might have, you don't know. They might have cancer. They might have bad news that you don't even know about. But you don't have to take it personal, because you get your security in Christ, right? And so people don't have to always agree with you. People don't have to be perfect. And if a person can laugh at themselves when they mess up, you got somebody that's able to walk in the Spirit. Because if you can laugh at yourself when you mess up, then when somebody else messes up and you call them out and say, "You messed up, didn't you?" They say, "Yeah." "Well, get it right the next time," and laugh about it. Say, welcome to the human race, And you could say this message better than me, but walking in the Spirit is not about keeping rules. It's not about being perfect. It's not about saying the right thing all the time. It's not about impressing anybody. I mean, if you're good at a job, do it. Whatever you're good at, do it well. But the communication happens with other people. The real test of walking in the Spirit is with somebody face to face or walking beside you. Can you do it then? Are you able to do it? And one way that you could use the AI to step into this paradigm, this new paradigm in life, because most people don't even know what it means. They've never heard it before. Why aren't preachers talking about it? Why aren't the 5013C churches talking about it? But this is the most important thing you have every day that you have to learn. Walking in the Spirit is not rule-based. It's not perfectionism. It's a new heart. Love your neighbors yourself. Love is above the law. The letter killeth, but the Spirit gives life. So walking in the Spirit is love and truth. Speak truth to yourself. Speak truth to other people. If you can't speak truth to somebody else because it's going to upset them, just say, I need a break, or I need to walk away, or I'll talk about it tomorrow, or let's talk about it later, or I just need to meditate on this, or use AI to come up with responses. Okay, so you know somebody's going to come up. Let's say you rub shoulders with somebody every day, usually at work, and you know they're going to say something stupid and get you upset. So use AI and say, give me 10 ideas how to respond to this person every time they come and mess me up. And AI will give you answers that are, you don't get your identity out of that person, and it'll give you a response to give back to them to know that they're not going to upset you. So they'll quit bothering you once they see they cannot upset you. When a person can't upset you anymore, they're going to quit bothering you. Now the devil will send somebody else, but you can use AI to come up with the proper response. A go-to response. And since we're in a simulation, have some go-to responses. Why'd you look at me this way? Cause you look like you might be shape-shifting into a reptilian. You look like you might be shape-shifting. Or you look like, I thought you had something on your nose. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. Who knows? There's always a way to respond and not take it personal, and show them that they're not going to get on your nerves even though they want to. They'll finally give up. You have too many defenses in place, too many stock answers. Have you about 5 stock answers, and if they beat those 5, which I don't think they'll go try after 5, but if they do, get 5 more. And every time they come up to irritate you, come up with one of your 5 stock answers and just say it every time. And they'll say, oh, they see through the game. They'll know that you know the game. And the reason you know the game, because you're a human too. And maybe when you were a kid or a teenager, you might have said it to somebody else. That's why when you see somebody else, you're looking at yourself. Some people don't mature past that high school junk. They stay in the high school. Even when I've seen people 40, 50, 60, 70 still in the I've seen somebody actually 70 some years old still in that high school comparing with each other mindset, like a high school kid, childish, So some people never graduate. But you can graduate. And you need to graduate, and you have to. And if you're a believer, God is going to force you to, He's going to keep sending that same thing to you. Same thing, different person, different personality, but it's going to be the same lesson that you need for the next day. It's always the same until you graduate to the next level. And when He pushes you to the next level, it's going to be painful to step into it, but you're breaking old habit. Ephesians 4, put off the old man, put on the new. You're breaking old habits, putting on new habits. And those thoughts, and you want to say something, whether it's paranoia, whether it's fear, doubt, worry, guilt, shame, whatever. It could be jealousy, it could be. And so when that thought comes in, that's a flesh thought, right? So you knock that thought down with agape. And one of the ways you do it is say, no matter what's happening, God's in control, and there's love, truth, joy. You've got your security in God. It doesn't matter what happens here. Even if you have to be by yourself over in the ditch by yourself, you're still content in God, And so And he's always going to take care of you. The scarcity lie is a part of the problem with people. Oh no, I'm going to lose my job. Well, there's another job. And if you can live debt free, the scarcity lie goes away faster, because if you pay off your stuff and live debt free and live below your means, let's say you made $50,000 a year. Live like it's $25,000 and save $25,000 and pay off everything, or invest it, and you probably get rich. But live below your means, or just work a second job, and pay off everything. And to be honest with you, what are you going to do? Go home, sit there and watch TV? And when you can go get a second job and make some money and stay active, work 2 or 3 hours or something. Learn a new trade, go to school, whatever. But anyway, that was the best compliment that I would ever have in my entire life, because that's the whole secret. There's the whole thing is stay cool, stay calm, stay collected. It's not the end of the world. Tomorrow the sun will come up. Is the sun going to come up tomorrow? Yeah. There you go. It's not the end of the world. Do you know that the sunshine will come up tomorrow? Yeah. So what you're facing off with right now don't really matter, because the sun's going to come up tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and you're going to be a new person, and you're going to graduate. You're going to be a better person, a smarter person, a wiser person, because you go through the simulated training program every day, and you have to get better at it. Let's say you wanted to get good at tennis. You just keep playing and do a simulation and play tennis over and over and over and over until you get good at it. We played darts this weekend, and the more you play darts, the better you get at throwing it, right? And so just keep repeating. When when somebody's getting on your nerves or coming, they're going to get on your nerves. Treat it like a simulation. Treat it like a game, because it is a game. It's a spiritual game, and it's there. It keeps hitting you in the face till you learn to overcome. Then the next one will be a little bit harder, but treat it like a game.